Welcome back to Post Match. We are talking about Love Letter. I am joined by our favorite runner-up, Jordan.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
You got closer this time.
I did. I
You
actually
very
won
well.
some rounds. I don't think I won any rounds in Uno.
Mm-mm.
The only game I have ever won was a pilot episode that did not air for this channel, and I have never won since.
I will argue that the only reason you did lose is because I gave you the princess.
Yeah, you purposely
you could have easily. It would have come to like literal sudden death, and I was like, we could get done one game earlier.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
We were so tired at that point. So it has been a little bit since we didn't play this. We've been very busy since the snowstorm, since the Bills played. So we're gonna. Do you have any remembrances of this?
Yes. So I just needed like a refresher, and I had to watch a little bit of our episode, and it upset me because it almost like reminded me like how often I almost had it, and like how like even one of the rounds I was like, yes, I have the princess, let's go, and I had whatever that card duo is where you kind of get the king, where you kind of get screwed a little bit, where if you get rid of one, you lose. If you get rid of the other,
you lose.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I didn't do great.
We'll jump right into it. This is a very unique box for the box fit category. Yeah. This is the nice velvety love sack. Out of 10, how do you rate the box fit of all of the stuff in here? This is one of the more unique.
Because this is different from box design.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, it's all included in there.
Okay, so what am I rating this out of?
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
It all fits in there.
I am going to give it an 8. Because there is nothing, this keeps coming undone so easy. There's no resistance. And also, these cards, if you look at the corners, they're kind of like, because there's nothing protecting them. And I'm super anal about those kind of things. I like when everything just like slides in perfect. But I love this because this is something you could just like be like, oh, I'm going to bring this like to the game night, super easy, throw it in your bag and you don't have to worry. And sometimes those are so nice and I don't have to spend forever like setting up. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 high for the convenience, but it lost 2 points for the possible destruction of game.
I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to say it is. There are some problems. Everything is just loose in here.
Yeah, it's just in there.
But it is easily portable. It is one of the more unique boxes. Like, this draws attention. If I'm bringing, like, 4 game boxes and then
you're like, what's the bag?
Yeah. I think it's all but perfect. I wish there was a...
If there was a clasp, like, with a little button, that would have been perfect.
So our next category is simply the rules.
Out of 10 as well?
Yeah.
I kind of want to give this one a 10 because you barely had to explain anything to us. And it's almost like Catan where you get your build card. Everyone had a card explaining every single one to it, so it made it so easy. So I did have to stop sometimes and reread what it was, but it wasn't like detrimental to the game because it kind of gave you a second to strategize. So yeah, I'll say the rules very straightforward. Everyone has what they need to play.
I'm going to give this one an 8. There are, like, it is very straightforward, but there are some rules where it's just like, this could have been so easy. It is complicated only because the lore of the story makes it complicated.
Yes, we were talking about that too.
Like, the reason you can't guess another guard is because in lore, there's only one guard, despite there being 5 cards. And we were both like, that's dumb. Because the amount of times that you know somebody else has a guard and you're like, guess
it
you'll
would just
live.
be too easy at that point, too.
Yeah.
It keeps the game going, because at that point, like, everyone has a card. You're just, like, super easy.
The next category is gameplay. Out of 10.
I'm going to give this one... I'm going to give this one a 7. That's because I didn't win.
I'm also giving this a 7, not because I didn't win, but because... This is a game that is very chaotic, and like there are a lot of times where you just get confused because it is a game that you can play fast, but it is not a game you can comprehend quickly.
There's sometimes where you just are like kind of screwed. Like, you're like, I know I'm not gonna win. There in no scenario is there cards left or guesses or moves that I can make where I can win, and you can kind of see it coming sometimes too.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just like,
but you still have to play it out.
You still have to play it out.
Yeah.
You can just delay the inevitable.
The next category out of 5 is short-term replayability. This feels kind of skewed because this is in itself 20 quick games in one.
Yeah. Replayability. I think I'm also gonna give this one a 7.
This is out of 5.
Oh, out of 5?
This is the 2
7 out of 5.
No.
Okay, I'll give it, because I don't want to say no, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 then.
Okay.
Because like it's kind of like some of the other seasonal games that we've played. Like we played it because it was Valentine's Day. If you brought this one and we had just played it, because when you play it, you play a bunch of rounds. I don't think at the next game night I'm gonna want to play this again.
I'm giving it a 2 because when we were done, it's
like,
a quick
I am
game.
good.
It's a quick game, but I physically couldn't play it anymore.
I was pissed. Well, yeah, because each of us we were each trying to get to 5. So I think I had 4. You had 4 and Tyler had 5, or did I have 3?
You had 3. Me and Tyler had 4 when that last game.
So we were playing 10 plus games.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah.
Inversely, our other 1 out of 5 is long-term replayability. We just played this in a few months. Would you want to play it again?
Yeah, I would say so. I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
I think in like a couple months I'd be down to play. Like if you brought this on the summer family vacation, I'd be like, yeah, that's one that we can very easily teach to our cousins and play.
I'm also for same reasons. It's an easy game. It's a quick game. I can bring this, and we don't have to play till 5. We played till 5 for you, the fans. But in reality, we got bored of this like 7 rounds in. We were like, we're sick. Time to do something else. Finally, objectively, out of 10, how'd you like it? What are your feelings on this game?
I lost, so I'm
so -3.
So negative. Out of 10, I think I'm gonna go with another 7 for this category, just because, like I said, like it was fun, but I did get kind of bored of it. I need a little bit before I play it again, but it's cute. It's different. It is very different from other games we play, where it's like the same rules in a different font. Like I don't know a lot of games like this one.
Yeah, I'm going to give this an 8. Pretty similar reasons. There is so much to it. I kind of feel like the fact that this poor game company, so this is ingenious, to have an overarching story over 3 games, I think that genuinely took away from this game.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like, this is so fun, but there's lore that I need to care about now.
Like, you can play it without knowing the lore of the mistress, but, like, it does add to it. Because, like, I was like, why does the mistress do this when this card does this? And then I was like, and then when you had said, oh, well, it's lore-based, I was like, all right, that makes sense. Like,
yeah. So, I'm calculating these in real time now, just because it's a bit easier. This, a bit higher than our last time we did a post-match.
I would say, last time, didn't we tie?
I think we
at 38, 37?
Sorry, tied at 37.
Oh,
so we're
okay.
a little bit above that now. I scored this game 38 out of 50. Very solid game. B+. You scored it a 39 out of 50. One above me.
We're pretty...
Yeah. Pretty good fans. Well, you've also played board games with me the longest.
Yeah. Unfortunately. That's what happens when you live in the same household.
Yeah. Yeah? Don't cross your hands at the same time as me.
I want to tell him about the tyranny that happened about Rat-a-tat-cat.
Oh! My mom asked me if I could come over and clear some stuff out of her attic. Because Jordan and I, despite both having our own homes now, still have a lot of stuff at our parents' house. And that's okay if you are also like that.
Don't let your parents bill you.
Yeah.
You don't have room for it either. Just keep it at their house.
But I grabbed some old trumpets from when I played in high school. I grabbed some Nerf guns because I was president of the Nerf club in college.
and
I was pulling a bunch of old board games out. My mom was throwing board games at me. She's like, do you want this other version of Uno? And I was like, absolutely not. Don't touch me with it. I think I grabbed Rescue Rangers Pet Rescue, Disney Seen It, and then one of the games was a game called Rat-a-tat-cat. And Jordan loved that game.
It was my game.
It was her game.
I used to play it with Dad all the time.
And Mom I was sorting through stuff, and I was being honest. I was like, oh, this is Josh's, this is Jordan's. I'm not taking this. And Mom looked at me and she goes, they're not gonna know. Just take it. And I took it. And I told Mom, I was like, the minute this exits the house, Jordan's gonna know that it's missing. And sure enough, I loaded up my car, and Jordan goes,
pull into the driveway.
she goes, do you remember Rat-a-Tat-Tat? And I was like, no, I don't.
And he's like, oh, it's in the attic. If you want it, you have to go inside and grab it. I was like, oh. No, I have Molly, my daughter. Maybe I'll go next time. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
I have to go somewhere.
And I'm parked behind him, so he can't go anywhere. And I'm like, no. Oh, I do love that game. Oh, I should go inside and grab it. And he's like, no. And
I need to get going.
I gotta go. So finally we leave, we go home. Not even 5 minutes into my house, I get a Snapchat from him, and it's him in his living room holding the game that says greatest heist of the century. And I was like, no, that's my game. I can't believe I should have gone inside and gotten it. What would you have done if I had gone inside? You couldn't go
I
anywhere.
would have pushed your car into the street.
Molly, we gotta move this car. Back it up and put it in reverse, girlfriend.
So eventually we will be playing
Rat-a-tat.
2000s game Rat-a-Tat-Cat.
Great game, beautiful art, 10 out of 10, perfect